The film takes place during the 2nd century in northern Britain. The Romans have not been able to fully conquer the island nation, only maintaining control in the south. On the northern border there is the Roman outpost of Pinata Castra. Centurion Quintus Dias is getting ready for bed when the Picts, a British people that Rome is at war with, start to attack the outpost. The Picts destroy the Roman garrison with only Dias and a messenger surviving the attack. Dias speaks to the Picts so they keep him alive and march him north to try and get information out of him. Dias won't give the Picts any information on Roman troop movements. He is locked inside a small hut. After kicking the wall out of frustration, he finds out he can escape through the wall. In the south, at the garrison of the 9th Legion, General Flavius Virulus is drinking with legionnaires when there is a disagreement and a brawl erupts. The messenger from the fort was able to get a message to the Roman governor who wants to get back to Rome. The governor thinks that if the 9th can destroy the Picts, then he will gain favor from the emperor. General Virulus doesn't want to march north, but the governor orders him to. The governor gives the general a Pict scout, Eatin, to lead him to the Picts. Dias has been running from his captors since escaping the Pict camp. He is exhausted, finally giving up and dropping to his knees. As the Pict warriors are getting ready to kill him, he is saved by men of the 9th Legion. Dias joins the 9th on their march north. General Virulus wants as much information on the Pict force as he can get. During the march north, Eatin leads the Roman column into a foggy wooded road. Too late, the Romans realize that there is an ambush. They try to form up and get ready for the attack, but the Picts roll giant balls of pitch and flame down the hill towards the Romans. The Romans try to fight, but it's a slaughter, with the Picts killing most of the Romans. During the fighting, Dias is trying to run a message when he is knocked off his horse. He tries to crawl away and is buried under piles of falling men, saving his life. Only a few men survive the attack. Thax, Brick, Macros, both Os, Leonidas, Tarak, and Dias are able to group up. Dias finds out that the Picts took the general. He convinces the other men to try and rescue him. The others agree and set out for the Pict camp. At night, the men are able to get into the camp, finding the general chained outside. They can't break his chains though, so General Virulus orders them to save their own lives. Pict riders are heard coming back to the camp, so the men leave. Thax went into Gorlacon's hut after hearing the Pict riders and comes across his son. The legionary smothers the boy to keep him quiet. He leaves the body for Gorlacon to find later. In the morning, Gorlacon burns his son in a funeral pyre. He lets Eatin fight Virulus to the death. Eatin's family was tortured and killed by the Romans when she was just a girl. She suffered as well by Roman hands, so is eager to kill the general. Virulus is tired from being chained and exposed for days. He fights the best he can, but Eatin is a skilled fighter, putting her spear through his heart. Gorlacon sends Eatin and his other warriors to track the men who murdered his son. Dias has the group go north before circling around to the south, trying to throw Eatin off their trail. Days of running has the group exhausted, and Tarak injures his knees while running. His screams alert the Picts and the Romans run. Carrying Tarak, they reach a cliff. Tarak is shot with arrows before he can jump, but the rest of the men make it. Marcos and Thax get separated from the group, seeing Tarak's body rushing down the river. Dias's group tried to lose Eatin, but she is too good of a tracker. The Picts set up camp across from the Romans. Leonidas is getting hypothermia, so both Os tends to him while Dias and Brick ford the river to try and kill the Picts at night. The Picts have the same idea though. Leonidas and both Os are attacked. Leonidas is killed by Eatin and both Os is shot in the leg with an arrow and left for dead. Thax and Marco are stalked by a pack of wolves after leaving the river. Marcos is a better runner than Thax, so he outpaces him, staying in front. Thax falls and Marco decides to go back for him. Thax betrays him though, slicing his Achilles and leaving him for the wolves. The three men travel through the woods and come across a hut in the forest. It belongs to Ayan, who's not happy to see them. She is a Briton accused of witchcraft, so she has been exiled. She decides to help the Romans, giving them food, shelter, and medical attention. She even hides the men when Eatin tracks them to the area. Eventually Dias and his men leave. Ayan and Diaz formed a bond over their time together, and she's sad he's leaving. The three make it back to the Roman outpost of Pinata Castra, finding it abandoned. Deciding to stay and fight, they make their last stand. The Picts attack, Brick is killed, but both Os and Diaz survive. They kill all the Picts, including Eatin. They run into Thax and he lies about what happened to him after the cliff jump. The Romans have pulled back to the south, starting to form fortifications. Diaz and the men finally reach the Roman lines. Both Os is excited and rides his horse up to the Romans. They think he is a Pict rider and kill him with arrows. Thax wants to kill Diaz because he found out about Thax's killing of Gorlacon's son. Diaz kills Thrax by knocking him off the horse and strangling him. Diaz reports to the Roman governor, who doesn't want the destruction of the Ninth to ruin his reputation or cause the other tribes to revolt. His daughter Drusilla attacks Diaz, but he kills the guards and knocks out Drusilla. His thigh is wounded and he rides off. Ayan is at the river by her hut when she notices a wounded Diaz. He falls off his horse and they kiss. That's it for Centurion. Please like, subscribe, and share with friends. Leave a comment below if you have a movie you'd like to request.